Hey y'all, welcome back to the Twin Supper Club. I am here to show you guys what Pop and Big Mama, aka the twins, are eating today. What's on the menu today? My mom had bought a half a dozen of blue crabs, so I already cleaned those up and everything. So hey y'all, some of this video is going to be a voiceover, but because I was on the phone with my friend running my mouth. But anyway, I dumped out the bag, the crabs out the bag, and I'm just gonna do a little rinse with them or whatever, like to get the little seaweed and stuff that's on them off. But I'm about to show y'all how I really clean my crabs when I have the time. A lot of the times I don't like to steam the crabs whole, like with the shell and everything on there, because when it's time to eat them, that whole cleaning process is a little bit too much for me. Granted, I will say they are more flavorful when you leave the shell on. It's just something about all the juices and everything that's in there, and it gets trapped. But I don't know. I just like to clean them beforehand. But anyway. So right now I'm just sorting through the crabs, finding what's live, what's dead. A lot of the times, if it's only like one or two that's dead, we just cut our losses. But I don't know where y'all live at, but where I live at, when I buy my crabs, if there's more than like two that's dead, to me that's unacceptable. And what we do is we'll either call the restaurant. Sometimes, like if you're real familiar with the people, they'll be like, all right, when you come back, we'll add some more to your order, your next order or whatever. Or like, for example, if it's like 6 or more that's dead, baby, just pack them right on the back up and take them back to the store, and then they'll just swap them out for you, and they'll give you fresh ones. So that's all I'm doing, just sorting through the dead and alive, because you definitely do not want to eat dead crabs. You could get sick. But I'm not sure if y'all see, I have 2 frozen water bottles in there because I didn't have any loose ice. But when you cleaning the crabs like this, like that's when they're still alive, I would definitely recommend getting some loose ice, whether it's a bag of ice or just making ice at home prior to getting the crabs. Because you want to fill up the container that you're going to have the crabs sitting in with ice. And what the ice do is it slows them down. Like, it just basically like freeze them in place. Like, they're still alive, but they're frozen. So it's easier for you to clean them alive so you don't get hurt in the process. Them little pinchers. Them pinchers hurt, baby. I was nipped a few times with pinchers in my experience. So I definitely do not do this process without ice. If I don't have no ice, I'ma just boil them whole. I ain't gonna lie to you, because I'm not. You see how you got my little drain cleaner, baby. These things get active. Okay, they get active. So I'm gonna show y'all a few times how I clean the crab. So what you want to do is grab the crab, lift up the apron in the back. Sometimes you might need like a spoon or something, and then lift it up and then just rip the shell off like you would when you're eating the crab. So pretty much essentially how you clean it is exactly how you would clean it when you're eating it, but except they're alive at this moment. You want to take their little face off, their mouth, the gills, all of that, and you could use a fork or a spoon and scrape the inside out. My faucet is actually like kind of strong, so I usually will use my faucet and just rinse the inside out, and it just slides right out, honestly. But for the video purposes, I was just showing you how I would do it manually if I didn't have a faucet. So I feel like this view is a little bit better. So we're just gonna do everything. So as you see, I'll lift up the apron, grab the back fin, grab the top shell, and just pull it apart like you would when you're eating them, literally. You can rip off the gills and clean the inside out and take their little face off in the front. That's all. You can also use scissors for the face part, because sometimes, like if you're cleaning too many, it might hurt your hand. But it's all up to you, The crabs is gonna be like a really simple seasoning, because as you know, seafood don't really need too much seasoning, or you could really like mess them up, whatever. And baby, that's one thing we never want to do, is mess up a good seafood. Okay, so it's gonna be real simple, real easy, real quick. We have the bowl over here. I think it would probably been better if I had the bowl. Let me see if I can zoom in for y'all. Probably been better if I had the bowl a little bit closer, but I think y'all could still get the gist. You know what I mean? So I'm going to take each crab. Got a few crabs, as many that could line the bowl, but I could get into them. It's possible. And I could probably put one like right here. And what we're going to do is we just going to sprinkle these seasonings on them. Inside the crab. And this is before we steaming them. My mom wanted me to fry some, but I'm going to be honest, I'm not in a frying mood. So maybe that'll be another time where I'll do another video. I'll show y'all how I fry my crabs. It's a pretty simple process, but you just got to know how to do said process, okay? Or you could really mess up your crabs real quick, real fast. So that's garlic powder, onion powder, just on the inside of the crabs, because you know obviously the legs ain't gonna get no flavor for real. This right here is a secret ingredient. The Cajun, I believe, no, I'm sorry, the Creole Queen on TikTok actually put me onto this. This is called Chef Paul Prudhomme, and she always used this. She used this one and she used another one, and she put me onto this, and this will be my second time using it, and I actually like it. It's a nice little seasoning. So yeah, but it is a little pricey. I don't know how pricey it is up there, but this thing like $6. This little tiny jar, okay, is $6. So as you seen, I just did a nice little tiny shake, but $6 is kind of crazy. So I don't know if it's as, you know, expensive down in New Orleans, because where they make this at? Normally they tell you where it's made at, but I don't see it up here. Yep, in New Orleans. So sometimes, you know, things might be cheaper, like locally. So, but I got it because my girl said it was good. And like, she's like one of my little people I like to watch now. I love to watch a video of hers. Anytime a video pop up, I watch it. She actually inspired me to get back into recording myself cooking and stuff, because I used to do this. Like I mentioned before, like I owned a seasoning company and everything. But I just like kind of fell out of love with it. But like watching her and everything, like it kind of got me back, you know, inspired to do it again and everything. So let me see if I can move it closer so y'all can see a little bit better. Yeah, that look better. So once again, we're going to do some Old Bay. Really trying to focus on the inside of the crab, not the outside. Old Bay. Paul Prudhomme. Especially this one, we got to focus on the inside of the crab, because baby, I ain't got time to waste this. Expensive. Onion powder. We could be real loose with this, child. You know, us color folks, us black folks, got about 4 bottles in the stash for when we run out, because this is like the most used seasoning in the cabinet. Okay. And now we're going to do another layer. This will probably be our last layer, to tell you the truth. So in this pot, I'm about to steam my crabs over here. So I'm about to put some apple cider vinegar in here. And I'm going to put my steaming basket on top. If you were wondering, not saying anybody wanted to know, but if you were wondering about the pot set, it's from Drew Barrymore. It's her beautiful collection, and it actually came with a steaming basket. So this is my little steamer basket I was talking about, and what you want to do is just lay your crabs right on in there. You'll probably only be able to see from this angle, but I'm just going to lay my crabs just like this. Just like that. And if you want to get a little fancy with it too, you could probably put little slits of butter in each crab. I ain't doing all of that though, because like I said, I kind of got a full dinner to cook tonight, so I don't have time to be doing all of that. But you can. It's an option, and it'll come out even better. I can guarantee you that. I have done it before, but like I said, I just don't have time tonight, and I'm making garlic butter anyway. So I usually, after I steam them like this, I make the garlic butter, and I pour the garlic butter on top of the crabs and let them sit until we're ready to eat it. Come on, let me fit all of these crabs in here, and I ain't gotta do too much. Just let them steam. Nah, they not all gonna fit. Damn, man. Oh, we getting there. Hold on. I just gotta fit one more in here. I could do the legs separately. I could even throw the legs at the bottom. Tell you the truth and let it boil, okay? Because we don't really eat the legs too much. Like, we snack on them a little bit, but not too much. It should be completely closed, obviously, for it to properly steam, but it's alright. If anything, if it bothered you and you have it at home, you could just put foil around it to keep the steam inside, but it ain't bothering me that bad, so I'm just gonna leave it like that. Alright, so this is the crabs looking like. They done. Okay? They are done. They nice, red, pretty. They done. Oh my gosh. I thought I recorded this video, but I wanted to show y'all what the crabs look like after they're cooked. Seasoned all through there. The gill hanging off. So delicious. This is the best way, I will tell you, to cook your crabs, especially if you have kids or you really get impatient when it comes to cleaning these crabs, because I do find that they're easier to clean when you when they're alive versus cooked, because when they're cooked sometimes it's hard to clean all of that out, but when they're raw, you could just like get like a water hose and spray or whatever and they'll clean them out completely very easily. So this is the best way to do it, because who got time to be tussling and cleaning while they trying to eat? It's too much, you know. Just do all the labor first, then cook, and then enjoy. So I hope that you guys enjoyed this video, and yeah, that's what's on the twin supper table tonight, y'all. Blue crabs.